The H1B Guy here. And today, the H1B Guy news for the week ending May 5th, 2023. Today I'll cover USCIS provides H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 data. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, to please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube and like this video so that I can continue to produce more content like this for you. I also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. I help businesses and individuals solve complex work authorization issues in the recruitment process while bringing awareness to employment based immigration benefits. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd love to hear how. And you can book an appointment directly with me via the h1bguy.com. Today's news is brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain, by PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process, and by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related uncertainty? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Join the squad. Now, the news. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who checked out the H1B Guy Live with Danielle Goldman, founder and executive director for Open Avenues, where we discussed H1B alternatives and solutions for global talent, including cap exempt H1B, concurrent H1B with cap exempt H1B, as well as the H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 results. Please check out our conversation if you haven't already. On Friday, April 28th, USCIS released their H1B lottery fiscal year 2024 data, which was in line with my previously expected timeline I provided during second H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 and during the H1B Guy Live on April 19th, 2023. Once I had a chance to review the data, I tweeted out that I was currently at a loss for words. I will be honest and say that I've been having a really hard time comprehending more than 750,000 registrations for 85,000 available H1B visas. Per USCIS, quote, fiscal year 2024 H1B cap registration process update. As previously announced on March 27th, 2023, USCIS received enough electronic registrations during the initial registration period to reach the fiscal year 2024 H1B numerical allocations, H1B cap, including the advanced degree exemption, also known as the master's cap. During the registration period for fiscal year 2024 H1B cap, USCIS saw a significant increase in the number of registrations submitted compared to years prior. Generally, we saw an increase in the number of registrations submitted, the number of registrations submitted on behalf of beneficiaries with multiple registrations, and the number of registrations submitted on behalf of unique beneficiaries with only one registration. USCIS saw upward trends in fiscal year 2022 and fiscal year 2023 H1B registration periods as well. So the data set provided showcases the registration and selection numbers for the H1B cap for fiscal years 2021 through 2024, with data recorded as of April 24th, 2023. The figures are as follows. In 2021, there were a total number of 274,237 registrations. Out of these, 269,424 were deemed eligible. Among the eligible registrations, 241,299 were for beneficiaries with no other eligible registrations, while 28,125 were for beneficiaries with multiple registrations. The final number of selections was 124,415. And remember, this was during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on to 2022, there was a slight increase in registrations with a total of 308,613. Out of these, 301,447 were considered eligible. Among the eligible registrations, 211,304 were for beneficiaries with no other registrations, while 90,143 were for beneficiaries with multiple eligible registrations. The number of selections for this year amounted to 131,924. In 2023, there was a significant surge in registrations, reaching a total of 483,927. Out of these, 474,421 were determined to be eligible. Among the eligible registrations, 309,241 were for beneficiaries with no other eligible registrations, while 165,180 were for beneficiaries with multiple registrations. The selections made for this year amounted to 127,600. And lastly, in 2024, there was a substantial increase in registrations, reaching a total of 780,884. Out of these, 758,994 were considered eligible. Among these eligible registrations, 350,103 were for beneficiaries with no other eligible registrations, while a staggering 408,891 were for beneficiaries with multiple registrations. The number of selections for this year decreased to 110,791 compared to years prior. It is important to note that eligible registrations exclude duplicate registrations, those deleted by the prospective employer before the registration period closure, and those with failed payments. The decrease in the selections for fiscal year 2024 can be attributed primarily to two factors. A, an establishment of a higher anticipated petition filing rate by selected registrants based on previous years, and B, the expectation of higher Department of State approvals for H1B1 visas, which are counted against the H1B cap. An estimated 11% probability of selection on 85,000 available H1B visas, and an estimated 14.5% probability of selection on the 110,000 plus USCIS selected. USCIS is very clearly expecting less than 100% application rate again by selecting over 110,000 registrations, and is now on record in anticipating a 76% application rate. The increasing number of registrations, along with concerns about fraud and unfair advantages, calls for a closer examination of the H1B lottery system, as I've previously covered in why the H1B lottery doesn't work. The chart provided by USCIS reveals a steady rise in the number of registrations submitted over the last 4 years. For fiscal year 2024, H1B cap saw a staggering 780,884 registrations, very clearly signifying a significant increase compared to previous years. The surge in demand underscores the growing interest among highly skilled professionals to work in the US. However, the current system's limitations restrict the number of H1B visas available, leading to fierce competition and a high level of uncertainty for prospective beneficiaries. As I covered last week during the H1B Guy News for the week ending April 28th, 2023, the H1B lottery continues to be a disappointment, driving employers and their employees to seek alternatives. One of the most alarming aspects of the recent H1B cap registration process is the discovery of multiple registrations submitted on behalf of the same beneficiary. While this is legal and within the law, this practice artificially inflates the chances of selection, raises serious concerns about fraud and unfair advantages. USCIS has made it clear that such behavior will not be tolerated, emphasizing the requirement for truthfulness and the accuracy in the registration process. To combat these fraudulent activities, USCIS has taken measures to deter and prevent abuse of the registration process. However, a more comprehensive reform is needed to address the root causes of the fraud and enhance transparency. Making a priority for master's degree holders that are employed in a full-time specialty occupation is another aspect of the H-1B lottery system that requires reform. Currently, the master's cap allows for an additional allocation of H-1B visas to individuals with advanced degrees. However, as the number of registrations from master's degree holders increases, competition within this subgroup intensifies. To address this issue, USCIS should consider a separate H-1B lottery system exclusively for master's degree holders that are employed in a full-time specialty occupation. This would ensure that the highly qualified group of individuals that is US educated has a fair chance of obtaining an H-1B visa. Improving transparency and oversight is also crucial for instilling trust in the H1B lottery system. And USCIS should provide regular updates on the registration process, selection criteria, and the number of H1B visas allocated. USCIS closed out the update with the following statement. Quote, the H1B program is an essential part of our nation's immigration system and our economy. And USCIS is committed to implementing the law and helping meet the ever changing needs of the U.S. labor market. We are working on an upcoming H1B modernization rule that will propose, among other improvements, bolstering the H1B registration process to reduce the possibility of misuse and fraud in the H1B registration system. They, however, failed to mention increasing the H1B registration fee from $10 to $215 for fiscal year 2025 as a mechanism for improving the current system. But for now, USCIS has 7.8 million reasons not to change it. Let's hope the negative attention and the national media coverage surrounding the data for the H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 convinces them that it's time for a change. For the full post on the H1B Guy news for the week ending May 5th, 2023, please check out the H1BGuy.com. And a reminder that today's news is brought to you by Syndesus and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. If you're facing an H-1B denial or OPT expiration, don't get caught off guard. Make sure you have a plan B, and Syndesus and Path to Canada are your answers. They'll gladly help you navigate the process, and if you'd like to find out if you qualify, please be sure to use the link in the video description below, and someone from Syndesus or Path to Canada will be in touch. And by PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. If you're looking to reduce your costs and overhead associated with PERM labor certification recruitment advertising, let PERM-Ads.com help you. And by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Mob Squad helps technology professionals facing U.S. work visa related uncertainty remain working with their current U.S. company, nearshore from Canada, as well as technology professionals from around the world who are seeking to find a rewarding opportunity in North America. Through their partnership with the Canadian government, they can obtain a Canadian work permit for you and your spouse in as little as 6 weeks. So whether you're looking to stay working with your current U.S. company or you want to find a new opportunity in Canada, find out how the team at Mob Squad can help you via the link in the video description below. Join the squad. Just wanted to ask you again to please like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube, and click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post new content here to this channel. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate your support. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.